morning everyone. My name is Manish from 10th Begonia. Today we are gonna perform a role play on A Letter to God and I'm enacting as the main character Lencho.
Hi everyone, my name is Vihan. I'm studying in grade 10 Begonia. I am enacting as narrator.
Good morning everyone, my name is Kaushik. Good morning everyone, my name is Kaushik. Today I am acting as the postmaster and the Rancher's wife.
Good morning everyone. My name is Sunny and I am doing the work.
The house, the only one in the whole valley. The only thing the land needed was some rain, at least one strong downpour. The whole morning, Lencho, who knew the land well and had heard with dodged, believed to the old ways, had done nothing more than stare at the sky in the direction of the northeast.
Oh, now the rain is really on its way, woman. God willingly.
The bigger children were cleaning the weeds out of the crops, while the smaller ones were
Come in and get in.
It's the same as I guess. Fat drops of rain began to fall. Oh, huge mountains of clouds are began to come.
exclaimed the man, while he revealed in joy of getting deranged. Using the excuse of picking up some belongings left on the stone wall outside, he said,
They are not raindrops, they are the new coins. The big ones are 10 pesos and the little ones are 5.
and he ran his eyes with satisfaction over the field, ready to ripen, adorned with the leafy rows of beans, all sheeted now in the transparent curtain of rain. Suddenly, a strong wind began to blow. The made of drops of rain began to fall hailstones.
Start.
Oh, this is bad. Very bad. The hailstone is began to come. It will destroy the whole crop.
It didn't pass soon. For an hour, the hail plated the house, the garden, the hillside, the cornfield, and the whole valley. The ground looked as white as a salt mine. The corn was torn to shreds. The beans left without a flower, and Lencho with a troubled heart. When the storm had passed, standing amid the furrows, he told his children,
Oh, the cloud of locusts is having better than this. It has left nothing.
it was night of weeping and wailing.
All of our work got wasted. It was nothing for all of our work got wasted. And nobody can we go hungry this year.
But in very depths of the souls of those who lived in the solitary houses in the middle of the valley, there was one hope. The God would come to their life.
Don't whip yourself too much money. Nobody will die of hunger. That's what they say. Nobody dies of hunger.
Lencho was a rough man, and he himself was said that life in the country dulls the sense. But he wasn't such a brute that he didn't know how to write. And when daylight came, and taking advantage of fact that it was a Sunday, having convinced himself that there really is someone who looks out for us all, he began writing a letter that he himself would take into town to deliver to the post office. It was no less than a letter to God. He wrote,
God, if you don't help me and my family, I and my family will go hungry this year. Because the hailstorm had destroyed the whole crop and there is no crop for us to sell and get us the food. And
he wrote to God. On the envelope, put the letter inside and headed off to the town, still with a worried heart. In post office, he put a stamp on the letter and dropped it into the mailbox. The postman came to take the letters. He saw the letter was written to God.
Who would have written a letter to God? I will ask the postmaster to take upon once upon this.
Wait, the postmaster, a fat, affable man, he started to laugh on the letter.
Sir, I have received a letter which addressed to God.
What is here?
But shortly thereafter, he drew his brows together and he tapped the letters on the table, remarked,
Yeah.
He has faith on God. I should not tease him. I think I should write a reply letter to him. I missed I should write a letter. For this letter, not only pen and paper. I need some money, which is 100 pesos.
He called upon his employees to make a donation, put in a part of his own salary, and asked several other people to make some small contribution to a most worthy cause. He was unable to raise 100 pesos that Lencho asked for. Little more than half, put the money in an envelope addressed.
I think this money would help him.
The following Sunday, Lencho came to ask if a letter had come for him. It was the same time mailman who delivered him the letter.
Excuse me, did the letter come?
Yes, I have received it.
While the postmaster, designated by the joy of a man who had done a good deed, spied at him, though the frosted glasses of his office door. While the postmaster, designed by the joy of a man who has done a good deed, spied at him through the forced glass of his office door.
Oh, there are only 70 pesos. God could not grant my request, or he would have sent less.
At once, Lencho approached to a window to ask some paper, and he settled down to write at the table for customers, his forehead furrowing with the effort to put his ideas down on paper.
God, you sent me only 70 pesos. Please send me the remaining 30 pesos. But please, don't send it through via post office because the post office employs a bunch of groups.
When he finished, he went to ask for some stamp, which put moisture with his tongue and then fixed at the envelope with punch of his fist.
Thank you.
So friends, let us know the moral about this story. The letter to God is that extreme faith in the Almighty can give you a ray of hope even in the darkest times. Thank you.